Hello and welcome to my tutorial on RollWorld. This iOS-only app is used to manipulate the photos you take with 360 cameras. For instance, tiny planets. Here are just a few of the ones I've created using RollWorld. You can also do other types of morphological manipulations, including inverted planets. What I'm going to show you today is how to create these type of video manipulations using RollWorld. We are now ready to start making the video. First thing, open up the app. Let's go get a equirectangular photo, the technical term for a 360 photo. Looks like a weird panorama. And then immediately when you load it in, it's going to turn it into a tiny planet. When you look at the dials, we got the bottom is our zoom in, zoom out. And then we have other types of manipulations that we can do. There's a lot of power here. There's a lot of things you can do. I'm not going to go into it too much detail, just showing you some of the things we can do before we end up getting right into creating the video. So moving on to the actual video part. The idea is you start in one state and then you morph into another state and you create a short video. And then we're going to build up sequences of these short videos and then stitch them all together. So I got my picture, loaded it up there. I'm going to start at I'm going to move that dial all the way over to the tiny planet. Hit my little plus button, plus button, brings up the do-it-yourself, presets. I do it-yourself, it's DIY, hit go. You touch A, you touch B to get to those two endpoints. And then I'm on A, so then I'm going to go to B, and I'm going to move that dial all the way over to the rabbit hole or inverted planet side. Then I'm going to hit next, which brings up the preview. I want to do morph, which is the bottom, render it out as a preview. I'm trying to adjust the time here because I like 6 seconds. 6 seconds I think works best for these things. You could always speed up the video if you think it's too slow. But it's difficult to make it go slower if it's too fast. That's why I do 6 seconds. And then once that's done, we're going to go over to the preview. We're going to go past the preview to the actual sharing section. Don't worry about the settings. It's not important to redo it again. Just share it. 1280 and perfect. And then let it do its little rendering. So with the screen open here, you're going to hit the back button, and that should bring you to this screen. And you're going to keep yourself working backwards until you get back to here. Now the trick here is to reset the photograph. You want to take the A spot and make it what it looks like on B. So you want to compare A and B on the dials, and then go back and forth between them, and you want to adjust that dial so that the A dial now looks exactly like the B. In this case, it's pretty simple. You're just going to go all the way to the other end. You're just flipping it back. So now A will look like the way B is. And then once you have it set that way, once you have A correct, now you can go back to B and you can make a new transition. So we got A set, now we're on B. Now I'm going to do a new transition onto B. And once we get that new transition done, then we're ready to move forward. You can see how they're the same now. So I've settled on what I want for my transition now, and I'm just getting it to where I want it to be, going about halfway back to a tiny planet. And mostly because I want to set something up for my next shot. So you're kind of like thinking in advance of how you want these things to go. So once that's good, I do high quality. You may or may not have noticed there, but I do the highest quality, 1280 and 25, just to make sure that, because I'm going to be doing these things over and over again. Okay, so we're back again. I've worked myself back to the resetting of A to B, just trying to get that just perfect here. As you'll see here, this is tricky when you do it in the middle, and it can be very kind of fastidious there. So I think this is going to be another speed up. So just let me speed through this. So I think I got it down now. That they look pretty much the same there between the dial and the picture itself. So I think I'm ready to move on to what this transformation is going to be. One of the things I like about RollWorld is that it allows you to do some interesting abstract types of transformations that I haven't seen in other applications. So that's what we're going to do here. We're probably going to speed through it there and move on to the next step. This screen here, just so you can review it with me here. 1280, 25, and then on the bottom is you save the camera. You just want to max it out. You want the highest quality as possible, just so, because you're going to be taking these things and stitching the camera. So something to keep in mind. I've jumped a segment here because after a while you kind of get an idea, back and forth, back and forth. This is the last segment here. I'm kind of speeding through this part because one of the things that I had done in the last one is I actually moved 2 of them. So it's very hard to zero it in. Just want to give you an idea that it can be difficult. But you'll see at this one I finally get it to where I want it to be. And now I'm going to go and start unwrapping and getting to my final image, what I want to end on. So I want to line it up and get it exactly where I'm going to do my last shot. And you'll see as we go through what's going on. So we hit the morph. I'm going to go zip through this one here. So we see zip through this last transformation here. When we go back in again, we're going to get back to to the screen here, confirm the B, and we're going to go to the preview. And we're actually going to do an image now and not a video. We're going to do 4K, and we're going to export out of that image. We've now collected our segments, and I went and created an album and put them all in there just to keep them all together. And we're going to use the Clips app to put this together. There, you can see my little album I created with all my segments. And then basically, it's just using the Clips app to go through each segment and then just attach them all into the final work here. So there's nothing special going on this part. I like Clips for this because it's got the square format, it's really easy to use, and it really should be done in a square format for Instagram. So you're going to save the video out so that it's ready for upload to your favorite social media networks. I'm going to have the video at the end of this video so you can watch it and take a look at what it looks like. But also check out my Instagram account. I'll have a link for that below. I'll have also a link for other places you can check out my 360 photography if you're interested. If you like this video, please hit the like button, and if you're interested, I might do more tutorials on this kind of thing.